With the Scream Fortress update in TF2, we are once more greeted by the wonderful sight of spooky contracts coming back. Some might hate them, but others hate them a little less. No matter the opinion, we all do them like brainless sheep. So today I wanted to greet all of you, my dear viewers, with some useful knowledge of which class is actually most efficient at completing those contracts. This knowledge will be even more useful due to the amount of available contracts this year, and with more and more maps coming into the game with each holiday update, the amount will only increase. So to all of you wanting to speedrun the entire spooky mission package, I am here to help. To give this video an easy to follow structure, how about we do a nice and simple list going from 9 to 1, so each class will have their spotlight and I will not anger anyone in the comments for not mentioning their favorite character. Sounds good? Alright, let's kick off our list with number 9, which will be our Texan Bob the Builder Engineer. Before diving deeper into why I think he deserves the last spot on this list, let's talk about the core structures of the contracts themselves. All of the contracts will be completed the fastest if you play with a buddy or two, and people who play Engie do not have friends. By being in a group and farming the same contract, you will fill up your bars twice as fast due to sharing the collected points. Another important factor are the side bonuses, which grant crazy stupid points for sometimes very simple tasks, like killing the fishman in the map Cough Slime or collecting blood in the PD Mansylvania map. A side bonus tip, at least if it wasn't patched already, if you have at least one blood bottle collected in that Mansylvania map, you can drop it and collect it back by pressing L to farm the side bonus instantly. Thank me later. Otherwise, if it's the most bare bones Halloween map, you'll stumble upon objectives such as collecting crit pumpkins or getting kills with the no skill middle finger I outplayed you scrap pumpkin. Taking everything I just mentioned and trying to succeed in all of those fields as engineer isn't impossible, but it's way less efficient and way harder. If you want to rack up kills to fill your contract as him, you most likely want to take care of your sentry. Without it, you're better off playing Scout or the slightly brain damaged brother of Scout. There is also the case of the mini sentry, which will work out on some maps like Hell Tower, but it's a matter of few points before you'll notice your enemies swapping to direct hits and making sure you are the only player who is not getting their sweet free Halloween garbage cosmetic after the round ends. Supporting your team with teleporters and dispensers is overall phenomenal, love that stuff, keep on placing those fellow NGs, but those buildings will not grant you any form of assists, or in other words, they don't mean crap to your contract. On the 8th spot, we will welcome in the long-range menace that is Sniper. He can dominate on some maps and he can be very efficient at killing, but that's it. Maybe the occasional cheeky explodey pumpkin kill will happen once or twice or thrice or 4 times. Yes, I hate Sniper, but overall this character is missing out on all close range action that has those sweet bonuses like the crit pumpkins, spells, or completing the objectives of escaping X dimension. You lack mobility, you lack health, you're going to die, don't bother trying. The only reason he's above NG in this list is because of the peacefulness of staying back and fragging at your own pace. NG has to be in there maintaining his buildings, which takes time away from the sweet fragging action, but Sniper can just keep on shooting and maybe fight off the pesky spy with a random crit from time to time. On the 7th spot, I'm already running into some trouble because all the other classes are significantly better at contracting than the 2 I just mentioned. So on this spot and the one above, we will have ourselves a tie between Heavy and the Spy. Yes, the fat man with big gun is on the same level as Thin man with sharp toy. Let me explain. Heavy is wonderful at completing objectives like pushing the cart or controlling the point, and with his middle close range playstyle he can get some sweet highlight moments with crit pumpkins too. But without any support from his team, he might be as bad as the Sniper. You can't play aggressively without a medic, so you most oftentimes win a duel and have to retreat for a snack, otherwise your HP is too little and your hitboxes are too big to survive the next encounter. Spy on the other hand does not require any support, but he relies on the enemy team allowing him to do what he needs. On fresh installs and legitimately lost players, Spy can frag left and right, but you do land those matches where half of the enemy team decides to burn this place to the ground. Heavy relies on his team to be cooperative, while the Spy relies on the enemy team to not. The 5th spot will go to the speedy moron that is the Scout. Thanks to his high mobility and scattergun, he is the best at racking up assists and cleaning up, both of which give points to the contractor very fast. Not only that, with the previously mentioned Sniper getting kills from far away, he will occasionally drop those crit pumpkins on the other side of the map, which you are more than free to pick up. and maybe get a sneaky crit pick on the way. Other than fragging, remember that many maps in Halloween also have the side objective of escaping certain dimensions, and Scout is just the best choice for all of those labyrinths and parkour courses for more than obvious reasons. Best example out of the new maps is Payload Corruption with its Isalium escape room mini event. Now, the final 4 spots are extremely hard to put in some order, and to give you a better perspective as to why, here are the remaining classes and their strengths. Soldier, high mobility and huge crit pumpkin potential. Pyro, close range combat allowing for even bigger crit pumpkin snowballs. Demoman, arguably the highest crit pumpkin potential for massive plays. And Medic with racking up assists left and right with healing. All of those mercs can easily lead an entire team on Halloween maps, and the least reliable and most likely hardest to make use out of, 4th spot will be taken by Demoman. Now don't get me wrong, as I said, his potential for mass destruction is the highest with 2 explodey toys at his disposal, but the crit duration in reality isn't that long. Also keep in mind that pipes can be easily dodged by hiding behind cover, while stickies are limited by range. Other than that, Demoman is still quite high in this list, and just because he isn't in the top 3 doesn't mean he's weak. So following up, 3rd spot will be taken by Medic. For a guy who doesn't kill people most of the times, he's still very high because of how many assists he's racking up. Everything about the crit pumpkins can be applied to him, as if his pocket is doing his job correctly, all of those crit kills will be given to him as points too. Not only that, a winning team is usually the one who gets more frags and is overall more present in the objectives, and having even a singular medic in your team makes an enormous difference. No longer does your team need to scatter around the map they barely know and try to find health packs, because thanks to you, yes you, they can stay in the middle of the fight and keep on living. Uber charges don't need much explanations too. They can single-handedly change the outcome of the match, and overall objectives like survive become easier with some heals. On the 2nd spot we'll greet our lit lad Pyro. Some might argue that he shouldn't be this high in this list, and now is a great moment to mention that if you disagree with any of the placements, go ahead and let me know down below and comment what's wrong or what's perfectly right. Back to Pyro. If Logistinator taught me one thing, is that crit Pyro is powerful as heck. That's why giving him this opportunity without the need of taunting, and most oftentimes in the middle of a fight, is stupidly strong. Combining this with detonator jumps to get closer to your enemies quicker, and you got yourself a snowball you won't stop from rolling anytime soon. Also, another huge factor that plays a big role in why I put Pyro so high up is the fact he can air blast all the dangerous crit projectiles coming from the enemy players, making use out of already picked up crit pumpkins, or at least dying trying. With only one class remaining, the 1st spot goes to the all-reliable Soldier. He has health to survive events, he has mobility to traverse the usually wacky design of Halloween maps, he has the utility to help his team push, and most importantly, rockets are the easiest and most dangerous crit projectiles in the game. While pipes require you to hit your enemies directly, or praying to God the pipe will bounce and roll in a funny way, rockets explode on impact and obliterate anything instantly. Soldier also has high survivability with escape plan to dip out, or conch to sustain himself and get that sweet passive healing over time. Even for players who just started playing the game or aren't that experienced, he is a very effective class simply by shooting in the general direction of your enemies. No need to learn those crazy sync jumps to output huge damage and rack up some kills here and there, and there's no need to worry about you dying so fast thanks to the 2nd highest health pool. So that's all for my spooky Halloween list. I hope it helps you pick a character next time you join in the match and don't know what to play. As a quick disclaimer, at the end I'll just throw in that all classes can be very effective. Sometimes an engineer will end up with some more points than a soldier, and other times you'll play a game with 5 heavies on card, and that's completely fine. This list acts as an objective guide for those who want to earn those contract points the fastest, but if you feel more comfortable playing sniper or spy rather than soldier or pyro, that is absolutely a-okay, and at the end you do you, just make sure you're having fun and have fun opening those pumpkin crates. Time for a random tangent auto, and as you might have noticed, I've got myself a brand new toy called a microphone, an actual microphone, not some garbage pulled out of my trash can, which I enjoy. I like it very much. It takes half of my space on my desk, which is completely fine, I can get used to it, but you guys can tell me down in the comments if you prefer the old mic or this new shiny toy I got myself. So that's it for today, thank you so much for watching, have a lovely day, bye bye.